Wrestling fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
And now, please welcome at this time your hosts, Graham GSM Matthews and RJ Marceau. You're listening to the next era of wrestling radio. This is WrestleRant Radio.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WrestleRant Radio here today for August 7th, 2025, coming on the heels of SummerSlam 2025 weekend. Of course, no shortage of topics to talk about here today with the one, the only, the returning Mr. Marceau. Brother, what's going on?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great because I have officially finished the story. And by that, I mean I went back to MetLife Stadium this past weekend, 2 nights, both nights of SummerSlam. And I got rid of my PTSD from 6 years ago at WrestleMania 35. I was able to leave. Well, first of all, I was able to drive this time. I got my car back in the literal, I was going to say ass crack of dawn. Minutes before, I mean, I texted you the process, but for just putting it on the record here, because I've talked this ad nauseum here on the show. Got my car back minutes before they closed last Wednesday, drove out on Thursday, was able to drive to both nights of SummerSlam, had no issues whatsoever. And I left there within an hour, no traffic, got home late Sunday night. It was beautiful. I no longer have PTSD from MetLife Stadium, so if you ask me to go to a Giants or Jets game in the future, I will willingly say yes, because I no longer have any issues with that stadium. Are you happy for me?
I am happy for you. It only took you like 6 years to finally get the stench away, but no, I'm glad. I mean, it was, I drove that night. I had no issues, but no, I mean, it sounds terrible.
It was awful, but listen, it felt like 6 years that I was without my vehicle as well, but I got it back, so I will be seeing you soon as well, definitely imminently. I actually might be in Boston this weekend because I might be seeing Connor at Boston Comic-Con. Are you in Are you working a game this weekend?
I am not.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, listen, if I don't see you this weekend, we'll definitely see you imminently soon anyway, because we still got NXT Heatwave at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. I mean, that is obviously happening. I assume you already have.
That's like our go-to. That's like a staple.
That's our go-to. You already got it penciled on your schedule, on your calendar. Listen, I'm looking forward to that. That's not for another couple weeks. We have a lot to get to before then. I still have, before then, though, in the next 2 weeks before I see you, on my watch list, just go with it. I still haven't seen it. Tisk,
Watched
I know.
it the other night. It was so good.
I'll try to watch it tonight or tomorrow when I get a chance. I thought I was going to be able to watch it last Thursday, and when I got to the hotel, that's why you texted me. Friday, I went to the movies, but on Thursday, I thought I'd be able to watch it. It was a little too late to start a movie, and I never do this. I popped on the TV in the hotel room, and I texted you this. Family Guy's on. What a fucking funny show. Family Guy's great, dude.
When in doubt, watch Family Guy. It's like literally a staple.
Oh my God, Family Guy is so funny. Brian posting like this racist tweet, and he got canceled for it. It was just, I'm like, I got to turn this off before I'm up until like 4 o'clock in the morning. But great time at SummerSlam weekend. We have a lot to get into, like I said, from SummerSlam itself, breaking down both nights of the pay-per-view. The return of one Brock Lesnar. Not like there's really a whole lot to discuss there. I mean, it really wasn't like it was a polarizing, controversial situation at all. So, I mean, we'll probably quickly brush past that. And then, in addition to that, news breaking yesterday, kind of diverting the attention away from SummerSlam. WWE PLEs moving to ESPN, whatever the service is going to be. Not the channel, but like whatever this new service is in 2026, which we have spoken about extensively ourselves off camera, on the show. I have the show from last October. I was thinking about it yesterday when this news broke. We called this, and it is happening. And we'll talk all about that, why it's a good thing, maybe a bad thing, and what it means for the future of WWE PLEs. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in live as we go along here on the show. I appreciate it. New episodes every single Thursday on WrestleRant.com, WrestleRantRadio.com, Find the audio on all major podcast platforms. Shout out to the channel members Alexis, Miss Maud Matthews, Dylan Giacomo, Mrs. Renee, DJ Swerve1 at Swerve1 on IG, Daniel Malcolm at I'm Quarter on X, Mr. Marceau himself at RJ_Marceau on X, John Ritland right here on YouTube. Real Honesty with John Ritland, Richie as well, who I saw in the chat. Richie, what's going on? Red Planet Wrestling here on YouTube, and Average Grunt at The Average Grunt on X. More information on that down below in the WrestleRant All Access Pass channel membership tier. At the very least, just like this video and subscribe. Hit that bell button to be notified every single time we go live and every single time that we upload new content here on the channel. Actually, 2 times in a row, I'm live here on the channel because I was at Raw on Monday. I was on my deathbed on Tuesday. You asked me how I was doing on Monday. The answer was alive, barely, because I was fucking feeling it on Sunday. Monday, it was awful, but I was at Barclays. It was great. I don't miss that at all, or I don't regret that at all. I miss Barclays. The last time I was at Barclays before Raw on Monday was for the 20-minute train ride going to Survivor Series with you. That was actually a 2-hour train ride.
I miss it.
I missed it as well, so it was great to be back there. And actually, I think we spoke about it last week. Not your first SummerSlam, but my first SummerSlam / my first PLE ever was SummerSlam 10 years ago in that building with you. Oh, how time flies. Incredible.
10 years ago? Stop reminding me.
Oh, my God. I can already feel like my back is being thrown out just saying that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we were live yesterday. What'd you say?
So it's crazy just getting old.
Oh, God. Tell me about it. But yeah, we were live yesterday for hashtag live again here today. Let me pull up the chat here before we get going with our thoughts on SummerSlam. Shout out to Fernando, Richie. I see you guys in the chat. Maria as well. Daniel, I see with that salute. Nathaniel, hope you guys are all doing well. Nathaniel asked, and I think he asked this last week. Nathaniel, I think you jinxed it, because I remember you asked this on the show last week. If Becky retains, how long is she champion? And I feel like we dismissed your question because, like, obviously she's not going to be champion past this weekend. Why would she be? It makes sense for Lyra to win. I mean, I did predict Becky would win, but that was mostly me just being pessimistic because I was really hoping Lyra would finish the story and take the title, and she did not. But that being said, Mr. Marceau, how long do you think Becky is IC champion for? Does she lose it to Nikki, or does she hold on to it for a while?
No, I think she'll hold it on for a little bit longer. I mean, I don't think Nikki's beating her. And the other bigger baby faces, I feel like, are kind of doing something else right now. So I feel like Becky will hold it for a little bit longer. I don't know if WrestleMania. I feel like WrestleMania might be too long, but like I don't know. Maybe she'll hold it to like Survivor Series and then kind of go back towards the main title. So I would say a few more months at least.
Yeah, at least a few more months. I'm not sure about until WrestleMania. That's a long time. I mean, are there that many women for her to even defend against on the Raw roster? I mean, they have a deep division, but are we going to get Becky Lynch and Ivy Nile for the next 6 months? I mean, you got to pace yourself.
Yeah, no, I think a few more months, I'd say.
Yeah, I could see that. Kind of on that same topic, he also asked you, Nathaniel did, would you want to see Lyra cost Becky the championship so they could face each other again? Not a bad idea.
Not horrible, but I feel like you should flesh it out a little bit. Like they just feuded, maybe.
Give it some time.
Give it some time.
Yeah. Fernando said there's a lot of rumors that Jade's push is done. We'll get into her match with Tiffany from the weekend, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. I was surprised that she lost clean in 7 minutes, but I don't think Jade's going to be one of those people that they just de-push and that we don't ever see again. I feel like she's a pretty heavy investment for them.
Is that a question, or are you just saying that?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm saying that, but I'm asking, do you agree, or are you like, do you think her push is over?
No, I mean, I thought it was definitely surprising when she hit the prettiest moonsault ever and pinned her in 1, 2, 3, no kick out, no. I was stunned. I was kind of happy that it was over. I didn't think it was gonna be a great match, anyways. It's kind of what it needed to be, but I mean, I don't think it's a good look that she got beat so decisively. She's been pushed to be kind of like an unstoppable force. So getting beat in 7 minutes by the champion, clean as a whistle, doesn't really do a lot for her.
No.
Hey, maybe Q3 budget cuts we're talking, but we'll see.
Oh no, don't say that. That'd be terrible. They paid a lot of money for Jade, so I would hope they would keep her around and continue to commit to her. But, you know, she's also got to hold up her end of the bargain. We'll talk about that with Karrion Kross and his situation right now. He's been a hot topic this past week. But that match with Sami Zayn at the pay-per-view, love Karrion Kross. That was very forgettable match. That was as mid as they come, my friend, was that match. I will get brutally honest about Karrion Kross a little bit later on here. Alexis, Millennial Noob, what's going on, guys? Thank you for joining. Maria said the return of the sex trafficker incarnate attacks John Cena. He's back, baby. The Pissmaster's here. Brock Lesnar. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the very, not only just what happened, but the reaction. The reaction to what happened. There was that, I'm not talking like the in-crowd reaction, which was obviously very positive, no shit. The online reaction, and also platform to platform, like Twitter was super pro WWE. YouTube, I saw it had like 80,000 likes and like 2,000 dislikes. But like you go on a platform like TikTok and they're like, you know, they're all up in arms about it. So we'll talk about it too. A very interesting, divisive reaction to the return on Sunday night. Richie said, Queen Nikki will dethrone Becky. Total Divas reboot, here we come. Hey, listen, if it means that we get another season of Total Divas and Total Bellas, I might be here for it. And as we talked about and we said before we hit record here, that line from Becky to Nikki hit like crack. That shit was great.
No, that line was probably the best thing happened on Raw, honestly.
Probably one of the best things all weekend, to be honest with you. And the reaction to that building was, oh shit, that was...
I will say, if you would go back and watch the crowd reaction, the people like legit were like shitting their pants stunned. Like, it was great. The delivery was like on point.
It was on point. It was very well done. They took a match I didn't really care too much about and made me care pretty goddamn quickly. So I was a fan of that for sure. I don't think Nikki needs to win the IC Championship, to be honest. I agree, Nathaniel, but doesn't mean it won't happen. I don't think it will, but you never know. Richie said, I see Jade winning Money in the Bank next year and perhaps not necessarily the Rumble. Yeah, it feels too far away. Money in the Bank isn't until next August. So, I mean, for that, what are they going to do with her in the meantime is kind of the question. Like, do we just continue to have her challenge for the championship and lose? Does she have a non-title feud like she did with Naomi for a while? I mean, her and Bianca seems to be the likely direction. We'll talk about the WWE women's title scene, but it is kind of a weird, situation right now as far as where they're going with that. Nathaniel said, do you guys think Brock should be John Cena's last opponent in Boston? Good question. Do you think he should be or that he will be, Mr. Marceau?
It's a great question. I mean, I feel like isn't that December? I mean, that's a long time to draw it out. I mean, it's still another 4 months. So, I mean, I guess you could, but I mean, I feel like that's like John's next thing is got to be Brock. So I'd be surprised they waited to Boston, but I mean, within the last, pretty much his whole career, Brock's kind of been his biggest nemesis. Mm-hmm. Guy that he can normally never beat. So, I mean, maybe Brock puts him over last time in Boston. That'd be pretty cool. But like I said, that's also 4 months down the line. So unless Brock's gone and then he comes back in like Survivor Series time, they kind of heat it up from there. But I mean, it wouldn't really make much sense.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it should be his last match because they set it up at SummerSlam. I mean, like you said, unless Brock goes away and comes back around Survivor Series time. But it is worth mentioning, for as few dates as John Cena has left, he is confirmed to be a Clash in Paris in a couple of weeks. He is confirmed to be a Crown Jewel in Australia in October. And he's also confirmed to be at Survivor Series. So he has at least 3 PLE matches left. He's not facing Brock in all 4 of these shows. Again, like you said, they might divert focus away from it and then come back to it. I would rather they just wrap it up and have him face up. I mean, for them to go through this entire John Cena retirement tour and he's just facing the same like 3 or 4 people from Cody, Punk, Orton, Brock. And I'm glad that we got some of these matches. Like, I'm glad we got Cena and Punk. I'm glad we got Cena and Orton one more time. Where are the new faces? Like, why isn't he facing a Braun Breaker or a Bronson Reed or LA Knight or someone like that? I mean, I would say Carmelo Hayes, but you put that guy in the back of a milk carton because where the fuck is he right now? But like people like that, that's what I would really want to see more of, honestly, out of this John Cena retirement tour. But we are getting Cena and Brock. Last match, probably not. I don't need to see that person.
It's kind of like the old band. You want to see the hits. You want to see the old hits. You don't want to see the new song. Like, you don't really care about the new songs. You want to hear, when you go see Journey, you want to hear Don't Stop Believing. Like, you got to go to the old hits. I mean, like you said, Brock, Punk, Cena. I mean, those are those old hits. Orton, you want to see the old hits. So, I mean, I get wanting to see some of the new guys, but I mean, it's not like is Cena going to put him over? It doesn't really seem like it. So, yeah. I mean, he's only put Cody over so far. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Your analogy can also be taken literally too, because you're like, they want to see the old hits and not new stuff. That's maybe why we didn't get new John Cena theme music. Like literally, like they want the old shit, so they just instead of actually changing the presentation and the attire, like the only thing that changed when it came out at SummerSlam, they changed the graphic. Like, oh, he's a babyface again because they used his old Titantron. Okay, but why not use the old music if he had changed it in the first place? Or if he like came out in jean shorts, if he was wrestling in tights before that. But they didn't do that. It was such a lazy, like the heel turn is over, thank God. Listen, we'll talk about the Brock stuff later, but one of the positives from the weekend for me, the heel turn is done, dead and buried. I think you'll be at the funeral. I know Hulk Hogan's funeral was yesterday. John Cena's heel turn funeral. You're going this weekend, right?
Yeah, no, I guess it's over. I mean, I guess they just realized it was just not working. It only took 6 months, but
yeah.
I think just moving on and acting like it didn't happen, I guess, is the best way to just move on from it. So, yeah, that was a thing. The heel run was what it was. I saw you talking about it yesterday. I would say heel run was probably one of, if not the worst, especially with the magnitude of who it was. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Cena's last year, you're like, okay, and then he does this heel thing, and it doesn't really work. He's going to ruin wrestling. All his title matches suck, and he's just like, the crowd's stupid, and then they just said, you know what? Let's just move on.
Yeah. Let's forget it even happened. That's the best part. They're like, John
Cena's
Cena's
really,
like,
and then like literally on Sunday, he wrestled like old John Cena, like no reference to like the heel scene at all.
I mean, I don't remember it. Do you? I mean, I don't know.
I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know when it happened.
He's been a babyface all year. Like, it was just funny during that SmackDown promo that I think happened. I don't know exactly, but on SmackDown, he was like, you guys know I'm not trying to ruin wrestling, right? Like, and then why would you say that for the last 6 months? Like, we were I'm not saying we were the only ones, but when the turn happened, I didn't see it coming. I mean, Alexis, spoiled it for you. I mean, that's, well documented.
I might take that back. I'm still mad at Alexis for that.
No longer friends again. But we had said at the time the execution was great, but we had said you can check the fucking receipts. It made no sense. And his first promo largely was not good. It was interesting because we hadn't seen him shit on the crowd before, but all of his logic, like, oh, you want to, what was the execution? You love this part. Me. What did I do?
Oh my God.
It was awful.
It's terrible.
Didn't make any sense. And I was like, you guys know that wasn't me. Why would I do that? Like, he's like, oh, I thought I would join up with these two people that never came back. It's like, way to bury Dwayne Johnson. Like, I thought that was amazing. Just crazy. But I'm glad it's over. Psycho said, I'm sure Tiffany was more than happy to pin Jade if those racism allegations are true, LOL. I mean, I don't think they are. I think you're going off of those TikToks or tweets.
Is that really a thing? Or?
No, I don't think it's. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys know something I don't. I don't think so. I think you're going off of the that's something that you posted by accident that people kind of took out of context or took too seriously, whatever. But no, I'm sure they're on fine terms. Maybe turn Jade heel tomorrow, Nathaniel said. I've said that. I think of the two.
Hate that.
Yeah, I'd rather turn Jade heel. The funny thing is that she's been a babyface her entire time in WWE, whereas in AEW, she was nothing but a heel. From that first promo with Brandy Rhodes, she was a bitch heel from the very beginning. So bring back that Jade Cargill to WWE. I'm seeing Fantastic Four today. Enjoy. I thought the movie was great. Crowd popped huge. Yeah, for the Becky Nikki line they did. That crowd was... Listen, being in that crowd, I could tell you that place erupted. It wasn't just on TV. It was, you could feel that in person. It was great. Did I like Xavier Woods' hat on Raw? It was completely ridiculous. I loved it because it was completely ridiculous. Y'all cooked when you got the crowd to chant holy shit from a promo. Seriously, I mean, that doesn't happen often, especially with a women's segment too. And Becky, I mean, I know we're not happy with the fact that she retained the title, but that Women's Intercontinental Championship, they have fucking salvaged that thing from where it was even 6 months ago. Like, that feels like one of the more important titles in the company at this point, which is definitely great to see. Jade can in the lead-up become El Grande Americano. I mean, listen, they already have 4 of them, so why not just put her under a mask too? I don't see why not. I think Bianca can beat Tiffany for the title. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's very possible. Maria said, which PLE is John Cena's last? I think his last is Survivor Series, but what do you think they'll do for his last show? I don't think it's going to be a house show. Like, it'll probably be a Saturday night's main event, you would think, right?
Yeah, I think the Saturday night's main event at the end of the year is in Boston, so I'm assuming it'd be that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I guess PLE would be Survivor Series, technically.
Yeah, so his last PLE would technically be Survivor Series. I would prefer a PLE in December, simply so we wouldn't have to deal with the commercials aspect, because those Saturday night's main events can just be awful pacing-wise. Cena's like his last match hasn't even ended yet, and they just cut at 10 o'clock to go to the news at NBC. So I would not do that, but it's probably what they'll do. Hunter, what's going on? Saying WrestleVotes just reported that Roman is scheduled for Clash in Paris. Do you see a fatal 4-way for Seth's title on that show? Good question. I don't know. Do you think so, Mr. Marceau? Do you think we'll get a 4-way for the belt?
I don't know if you go 4-way, but like I wouldn't do Seth and Roman right off the rip. I would
No.
flush it out a little bit longer. So like Fatal 4, at least it's like they're in there. But I don't know. I feel like you should just do Seth and LA Knight. I mean, I get like he just turned on. I mean, I guess I know he got the belt from Punk, but I mean, why are you just shoehorning Roman in there? Like,
No.
I know they attacked them obviously, but like, I don't know. I would rather just do Seth and LA and then move on.
Triple H tends to book a lot of tag team matches on PLEs. You know, we saw that at Money in the Bank. We saw it last year at Money in the Bank. We saw it on Bad Blood last year. Do you think we see a clash in Paris, especially if they have a WWE title match? They don't need a world title match on that show. They book the Vision, as they're now called, Bronson, Breakker, and Rollins versus Punk, Roman, and LA Knight, and or Jey Uso. I feel like that could be a possibility.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'd be fine with that. I don't think you need to have Rollins defend on that show, but if they do a 4-way, I wouldn't do. A triple threat with Punk and Knight, I'd be okay with. But they got to be careful with this Rollins-Punk thing because it's been going on for 2 fucking years. They got to blow it off soon, and they can't just keep having them in all these multi-man matches. And like, they got to blow it off at some point. Gunther and Cena in Boston, I'd be all for it. Yeah, Hunter said the same thing. Gunther is rumored to be Cena's final opponent in Boston. That's what I'm saying. I prefer to see that because that's a new match. I don't know how great that would be. Cena and Cody on Sunday was, I mean, obviously much better than their Mania match, which wasn't good at all, aside from the 10,000 finisher kickout, which we'll get into, but not a fan of that. But yeah, Gunther, I think, would work as his last opponent. I mean, we've talked about that before, but would that be something that interests you on any level?
Yeah, I think that's a decent one.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. As long as John Cena doesn't beat Gunther, I'm kind of content with that. I feel like Cena winning and would be just ridiculous. I wanted a new Cena theme song when he was heel. Yeah, I think most of us did. Alexa said, "Okay, RJ, you know what? She's still taking offense to the fact that you ruined the heel turn for her, or vice versa. She ruined the heel turn for you. We don't forget these things, all right? We hold grudges.
I never forget.
Never forgets." Cena's last run was a rehash run, just being really lame. I mean, the heel stuff was just bad. Daniel also said, Cena's performance in the SummerSlam match makes me believe even more that he's phoning it in some of these prior singles matches. I think the heel stuff didn't help. I don't think if he turns heel, I'm not saying he would have gone out there and given 100% in every match that he had if he was a babyface, but as a heel, you're kind of like almost, not forced, but like you're kind of almost taught to phone it in because that's what you do. You cheat. You barely give any effort. Like that's what a lot of heels have done. And that's why, I mean, I enjoyed the Orton match. The Punk match was good. I think it could have been a lot better, but it was good enough. But then when you have Interference City from all these other people, I mean, Cena was phoning it in, but the interference was just fucking ridiculous. I mean, that shit was just stupid. So I'm glad that shit's hopefully over. And we did not get any interference in the SummerSlam Night 2 main event. That was refreshing. Cena did not want to turn heel in the first place. It was The Rock's fault. I mean, The Rock's always an easy scapegoat because he fucked everything up. We haven't seen him since Elimination Chamber, by the way. But surprise, surprise. The guy's probably sitting on his couch in his billion-dollar mansion back at home right now. Fresh Flies said, someone did the math and told me that if you had all the devices that WWE is going to be on in 2026, it added up to $600 a month to watch WWE programming. I don't think that's accurate.
A year. It's probably closer to a year.
Oh, yeah, they also said not a month. I think 1 year. Yeah, I mean, if you're counting like cable, then you're also like, I mean, that's what it was.
Cable, that's a monthly thing.
Yeah. I don't know what you're including there specifically. I don't know if it's $600, but maybe if you're buying every pay-per-view individually. But we'll talk about the ESPN thing. I think it's kind of a multi-layered thing going on there. What happened to New Day there with Grayson Waller? I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I don't think anyone knows. It's like Austin Theory's hurts. Since when is he actually hurt? I thought he got fired. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Why did Cena walk off at SummerSlam post Brock attack as if that was his last in-ring match? It's something that he used to do every time he was going back away to Hollywood years ago, and it always bugged me. Yeah, you would always do that. Cena, like when he lost to AJ Styles, he took the armband off and left it in the middle of the ring. You know, people remember that? Like we would talk about it all the time. Oh, Cena's done. We think that was 10 years ago. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like people are so stupid. He's never coming back. That was his last match. Are you really? Come on. John Cena's last match in 2016. It's in 2025. He's not actually retiring in December, by the way. He's working all of us. It's all part of the work. Do Punk and Roman versus Braun and Reed. What would be the point of that? We just saw Braun and Reed lose to Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, so why would Roman need to team with Punk? That wouldn't make sense. Seth and Roman should be saved until Mania. I don't know. Maybe, but Seth should not be champion. If Roman's fighting for the title at Mania, I don't know what to tell you. That would just, to me, be fucking stupid. Cena Gilbert in Boston, I'd be down for. 2 retirement matches in one night. I wonder what Cena does now. I'm not sure he wins the IC title. We've been over this. John Cena's not winning the IC championship. Does that do anything for you?
It does nothing for me anyways.
No, it doesn't do anything for me. Why would he care about a title that he's never, just because he's never held it? He didn't care about it before. Why would he care about it now? Keep Cena out of the championship conversation. We don't need it. And Daniel said, when I say phoning it in, I'm saying even prior to the heel turn, for example, his match with Theory was as phoned in as a performance as I've ever seen, not to mention he didn't tan, so he was damn near as white as Sheamus. Yeah, no, he's been phoning in for a long time now. John Cena's been phoning in for like the last at least 5, 6, 7 years. It's been a bit, so probably because he didn't want to get hurt, but he gave a great performance at SummerSlam, so he did show that he still has it in him. It looks like to me John Cena will both be retiring in WWE programming in 2025. Oh, if you're not watching the show, I see what you mean. Nathaniel said, would you guys want to see Roman win the championship again? Not anytime soon. What about you?
Not anytime soon.
There you go. The only answer, I want Stephen A. Smith on commentary. I'm going to pass on that. I like Stephen A. Smith. I'm probably one of the few left that does. I've always enjoyed his, hatred for Cowboy fans, right? How about them Cowboys? I don't think a lot of people would want to see that. I think John Cena should turn heel again and join the MFTs. Oh, God, that cage match was bad enough. We'll talk about that. Oh, we'll see. We'll talk about that. And last thing here before we get into the show, I would like to see AJ Styles take the title from Dom and then run AJ versus Cena IC title one last time. Cena doesn't even have to win, but seeing him challenge for the belt could be interesting. Again, I don't know why he would care about the belt. Cena and AJ I would like to see, but I don't really know why he would care about the belt. That would just be weird. But we talked about, I mentioned Roman and Jey versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Mr. Marceau, from night 1. Now, I thought the match was good. I think a lot of people thought this was better than it actually was, at least in my opinion. Maybe you loved it. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I did not think it was a great match. Roman and Jey with Jey pinning Bronson Reed, I fucking hated because they don't need the win, and they're just already over. I thought this was a waste. From what you caught of the match, I know you went back and watched it. You were pissed they opened with this because you were not home from work yet, but give me your 2 cents.
Yeah, no, I was surprised at first. I was coming home from work. I got out like 5-something. I was like, I'll get home, shower, eat dinner. I'll be fine for 7. I look at my phone. It was like 30-minute countdown on Twitter. I'm like, what do you mean? 6 o'clock? Then obviously I'm like, okay, they'll probably start with like Jade and Tiffany. No worries. See Jay coming out, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I was a little upset there, but like you said, I got to rewind, watch the match. That was overall pretty good. Just the magnitude of Roman. Anything he's in, I feel like the crowd's more up for anyways. Mm-hmm. But like you said, I thought the match itself was pretty standard, nothing crazy. Jey and Roman winning. We both said it was going to happen. Thought the heels probably should have won. They got the heat back on Monday anyways, so I don't really know why
exactly.
They could just beat Jey, but whatever. Roman jumps in front of Jey to get the spear, and Jey pins Bronson to win. We move on. It was fine for what I thought it was a good, decent opener, but I would say it didn't need to happen. We just said that. They didn't need to win. Roman losing or Jey losing really doesn't hurt them, and the heels could have used the win. But
yeah, especially if I thought Roman was going away for a while, which he's not. He's advertised for Raw in Philly in a couple weeks. We mentioned earlier that he's advertised for Clash in Paris now. So, I guess they want to keep him strong in the meantime, but they really need to make Roman look more vulnerable. He did get pinned at Mania, I will say that, but why not lose this match? If you really want to build up what they're now calling as the Vision, this Rollins group, give them the win. It's not that difficult. Jey gains nothing. Jey is great. I like Jey still. He's still super over, but where do you even go with him from here? Does he stay involved with these guys, or he's not going back after? Actually, you know what? I take that back. I could see him challenging Rollins for the world title. I could see him. He's not going to win, but I actually wouldn't mind seeing that.
Challenging and not winning.
No, he's not going to win, but I wouldn't mind seeing that at a Crown Jewel or one of these pay-per-views in the coming months. I feel like that would work.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, one of our favorite things on the shows right now, are the new WWE Tag Team Champions, 2 WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, beating the Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez, who has taken the advice from Kevin Nash and has improved immensely in the last month alone, and has shockingly worked a lot better with Roxanne Perez, your favorite, a lot more than Liv Morgan. they actually have a lot better chemistry than Raquel did with Liv. And I think it's because Raquel kind of has to be the veteran and do a lot of the work and whatever, even though Roxanne's obviously better in the ring. Love the dynamic here. I thought this was a fun match, correct outcome, and the crowd was into it. And I know we were both happy with the outcome. So talk about not only the match, but how you've been impressed by both teams in the last month in WWE TV.
Yeah, I thought overall this was a good match. Like I said, I feel like it had everything that the first match didn't have with the tag team. Like, I feel like both teams had great chemistry. I thought we kind of leaned more Alexa. Charlotte thought they'd win the belts here. They had that good match at Evolution. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Evolution, if I had to hear Wade Barrett say Evolution one more time, I might end my life. I just decided he said it 1,000 times this match, and it was really bothering me.
Yeah.
But back to the match. It was a great match. I thought, like you said, I feel like Roxanne and Raquel just work a lot better than Liv and her. I just don't know if it's just Liv's the star, so we just didn't really see what we see out of Raquel now. Like you said, I feel like Raquel is the veteran of the team, and she's like coming off more as a big girl, so she's doing the bigger moves. And I feel like Roxanne's doing more of the actual in-ring stuff. But I thought overall this was good. They had a couple near finishes. I think Alexa kicked Charlotte. One of them hit each other, so then you got the whole like, oh my God, they might not do it. And then the whatever, Sister Abigail was great on Roxanne as Charlotte kicked Raquel right in the head, and 1, 2, 3 new champion. So I thought overall great match, and I like both teams, and I thought it was an overall good start.
And even more newsworthy than the title change itself, they're actually now officially friends. I think they made that clear with their hug on the post show or on Raw. They hugged at some point, so now they're actually no longer allies of convenience. They're now officially friends on WWE television. I don't know where you go with these teams now because they retain the titles against them on the next night's Raw or on Monday's Raw. So, I mean, you've already run the rematch out of the way. There's not a lot of teams left. They fired most of them in the last round of budget cuts a couple of months ago. I don't really know where they go with these two from here, but I would just say enjoy it while it lasts, because I think Charlotte Flair is seeing this resurgence with the fans where she's actually over with them now, and I feel like she's becoming more comfortable, which has been nice to see. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think that, obviously she's not in the WWE title picture, like the main title, so I think people are just happy with that. I think this team with Alexa, who's super over as well, definitely helps, like a nice rub from Bliss onto Charlotte, kind of makes her seem better. Yeah. So, I think for now it's good. If they lose the belts and she's contending for the title, I think we'll start booing her again. But I thought overall I like both teams. Like you said, rematch already done. What do you really do with them, especially Roxanne and Raquel? I'm assuming Liv might be back sooner rather than later, but yeah.
Yeah, the more that they keep talking up how, like, oh, Liv's going to be out for 6 to 9 months, she'll be back earlier than that. They don't just say that unless she's going to be back early. Noob said also to RJ, that's how the British say evolution. I guess.
Still
annoying though.
It still bothers the hell out of me. I'm sorry.
Nathaniel asked earlier, does Liv return and attack Roxanne for losing the championship, for losing the tag titles for the team? Could you see that happening?
I guess. I feel like it'd be pretty premature now, but
yeah.
I feel like, what else are they gonna do? I feel like that's the next go-to. So yeah. I guess we'll see. I think Roxanne's good as a heel. Obviously, her main start was as a babyface, so I could see it. Give her a nice babyface run.
And she has a high ceiling, I think, as well. We spoke a lot about Roxanne. I think you texted me at least twice between Saturday and Monday, but she's just so crisp in the ring. Like, she's probably one of the best workers they have. I feel like she's someone they're really going to build around in the coming, not even just months, but I feel like years on that show is one of the best women's wrestlers they have, and she should be a real star for them.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I feel like she was doing most in-ring stuff, and I feel like just working with Charlotte and Alexa, some people, especially with her size, I feel like some people can only work with someone their size, but I feel like she worked great with Alexa, who's similar to her stature, and then same with Charlotte. I just feel like everything she does is that double rope moonsault, the second rope moonsault, beautiful every time. I just like I said, always crisp in the ring, and I think, like you said, she's done good as a heel, but I think she's really good as a babyface too. So once Liv comes back, turn her face, I feel like you said, someone they can build around for the future.
I agree.
I think she's like 23 years old. Jesus.
Oh my God,
Christ.
yeah, no. She's only 23. She has the next 20, 25 plus years ahead of her if she remains healthy, which is crazy. Not remotely as fun was Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, the blow-off match between these two. And listen, I've sat here and say I've really enjoyed this storyline. I think what they've done with Kross is great. People were chanting, we want Kross. They did nothing with him out of that coming off of that rant promo thing that he did, that work shoot, whatever you want to call it, coming out of Mania, did nothing with him, aside from the quick cameos backstage for like 5 seconds. They put him on the show in a regular role. They put him in a feud with Sami Zayn, which made sense. He did beat him on Raw. I'm not going to sit here and say he's lost all the matches. He hasn't. He did beat him on Raw. This was the rubber match. The matches just have not been anything special. Like, they've just been very basic. Are they fucking bad? No, they're not awful. But, like, if this was supposed to be a test, and I did see a report earlier today that he may have re-signed, so we'll get to that. But if he didn't re-sign, I love Kross. I feel like there is a role for him on the show. People like him. He's organically got himself over. People like Kross. But he also has to be able to deliver a, like, strong match. And this has been a recurring problem with him dating back to NXT. And we were in that minority, even when they brought him back 3 years ago, that we were like, excited to see what they do with him. He was never really given a fair shot. And they've given him opportunities. And other chances they haven't. But, like, this was an opportunity. Kind of dropped the ball here. So I'm curious what your take was on this match and how Kross has been kind of handled, or him, what's been going on with Karrion Kross this summer.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this match, just kind of skimming through the matches and just I honestly thought probably was my least favorite match of the weekend.
Wow.
The steel cage match wasn't great either, but at least there was some care there. But thought this was, 8 minutes, felt like a Raw match. They kind of went back to the steel pipe thing, and then he didn't use it, and then she tried to, it just fell flat. Even with Sammy, I feel like the crowd just sat on their hands too, which obviously didn't help, but thought it was just your run-of-the-mill match, and Sammy won, and then we moved on. It just, like you said, I feel like Kross, like they got his opportunity. I'm not saying he squandered it, but I feel like it has been great. And I don't know if they need to like tweak his presentation. He's still kind of doing the same kind of thing that he's always been doing, like the whole like him and Scarlett. I feel like it's kind of like the Sable Mark Mirror a little bit. Like it's kind of more like look at her. He's kind of in the background. But yeah, like the entrance is the same. The whole shtick's the same kind of. I don't know. I think he's, like I said, we've been on the train. I just feel like it hasn't worked. They've been giving him more time, but it just really hasn't really got past what we've gotten so far.
Yeah, I must be mistaken because, like Daniel said, I thought we heard we want Kross chance, but Triple H corrected me. Actually, it was we want Brock. That's what they were saying. We want Brock. So maybe he's not as over as I thought he was. But in all seriousness, though, it's just an interesting situation because supposedly, and I believe this to be true, his contract is up this weekend. First of all, do you think he has re-signed? And do you think he should be re-signed? I think there is still a role for him on the show. I just think it's any opportunity or any aspirations of him being like a main event guy are probably over. Because if you can't go in there with, let me check my notes, Sami fucking Zayn, one of the best wrestlers on the roster, and can't have like a 3-star match, that might be a problem.
Yeah, like I said, if that was like a litmus test, I would see the leaning no, but who knows? But like you said, I feel like after that, I'm like, do I want to see more? Like,
I don't know.
It's like you're wrestling against Sami Zayn, you can't get a good match out of him. It just, like I said, I don't know if there was a whole stipulation and they did the stupid pipe thing. I don't know. I just didn't work for me, and like I said, I'd be surprised to see if he re-signed.
Yeah, like Daniel said, it's because I'm getting that from Meltzer. Meltzer said on his show.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The most credible source in all of wrestling, of course. He's like, yeah, the last I heard, he wasn't offered a deal, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't been. Brother, I would be surprised. I saw Paul Heyman talking about Kross on the Ariel Helwani show, and he's like, we have something great with him. Like, he's organically getting over. I would be shocked if they played him up that much, or Heyman did. On the show, he wasn't even dressed on Raw. I think, honestly, I've said this for the last week or two, I think he's gone. But what I think there's a great opportunity to do here, and I saw Bully Ray discuss this on Busted Open, and I actually agree with him for once. I think you could lead people to believe, aside from that Meltzer report, you could lead people to believe that he hasn't been re-signed, and then he shows up either in TNA or on Raw next week. And I don't know if he does like a pipe bomb type thing, but I feel like you could build off of that, and that could get him over even more, and people would really be excited to see what they do with him. What he does in the big money matches, I'm not really sure. But I feel like there's an opportunity here to get people talking and be like, oh, Karrion Kross isn't under a contract, but he's actually invading Raw. Like, I feel like some people would buy that.
Yeah, no, I think that he's got some buzz, so doing something like that could kind of, like you said, like make it seem more outsider, but we'll see what happens.
We'll talk about Becky and Lyra on night 2 in a second, but I got to bring up this comment from Westway Farm. He said, RJ, your girl Lyra, man, that was an awful performance. Your response?
I wouldn't say it was a good performance on either of them.
No, it wasn't a Lyra issue.
I was saying, I don't think that was a Lyra issue. I mean, it was just the Lowe's Home Depot Invitational 2.0.
Yeah.
The whole zip tie thing to me was just so dumb, and it just dragged on way too long. And they did the complete opposite of their first two matches, and it was terrible.
Yeah, they focused more on the wrestling the last couple times, and this was all about the plunder on a show that had so many street fights as it was, and that's not their specialty. Becky's had good street fights. This was not one of them. It was like 30 minutes, and the crowd had just gotten done seeing the other Home Depot. The other Home Depot
Lowe's Invitational. Yeah, I know. The pacing, the booking, like the cards, whoever booked the cards. Like, I get, like, Sunday, you gotta want the more, like, marquee matches.
For sure.
So, like, I get that to a point, but, like, when every match besides one, which was a title match, so there's stakes anyways, every other match was no DQ. What are we doing here? Was it Vince Russo booking? Or?
Yeah. Kind of feels that way, right? I mean, they should have spaced it out a little bit better. It's not that difficult. Just put Becky and Lyra on night one. Switch it out with...
Literally switch that with Jade and
Tiffany.
And Tiffany. Yeah. It would have been perfect.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And lose half the plunder. You would have been way better off.
I feel like you just could have given them the stip. I mean, you wouldn't have done this for Bayley and Lyra, which ended up being a great match on Raw recently. But you could have just made this match a 2 out of 3 falls match. And I feel like it would have worked. It was a 30-minute match anyway. So why not?
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
And the match would have been great. But anyway, speaking of Tiffany and Jade Cargill, WWE Women's Championship. We'll probably spend longer talking about the match than the match actually lasted. I kid. But like, this was a very short match here. This was like 6 minutes. They got their shit in and went home. I know, listen, I'm of two minds of this thing. I agree with you where it's probably for the best that it was shorter because it probably would have been worse with more time. But I was also underwhelmed. I'm like, it's this big match, 2 big stars. I enjoyed their SmackDown match, which probably went longer than this. They had a SmackDown match earlier this year right after Mania. And I was looking forward to this, but they're both baby faces. That kind of hurt. People didn't really know who to cheer for. And then Tiffany just won. Clean. Out of nowhere. I'm not saying we needed interference. I don't want to complain about interference and not getting interference. I get it. But this was just underwhelming to me. The ending, the match, I don't know where we go from here. What did you make of all of this?
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was kind of there. It was 7 minutes. Hit her with her finisher. And like I said, we went home and she pinned her 1, 2, 3. I was like, I did not see that coming. I'm not going to complain. Like you said, I think if it went longer, it might have kind of gotten out of hand. But, I mean, both baby faces, like you said, the crowd really didn't know who to cheer for, who to boo. It just kind of was there. Like people saying, like, the whole, like, speculation on Jade. But, like, I don't think it looks good for her. Wins Queen of the Ring, and then she gets a 7-minute match at SummerSlam and loses clean as a whistle. I mean... I just don't think that looks good. I mean,
not a great sign.
There's no out. She had no out. She just lost, and now we're moving on. I would assume it's not like she deserves a rematch. She got beat clean as a sheet. So
yeah,
people have said, like I said, I maybe, like you said, maybe Tiffany comes out. Bianca's kind of like I should be next in line, and Jade attacks her, and we get to kind of heel Jade. But I mean, there's no reason for a rematch. Tiffany beat her. Move on.
I think Bianca's got to be the option, right? I mean, she should be cleared by this point. I think she hurt her arm or her wrist. Or
they said she's going to be on SmackDown. So.
Oh, did they? Oh, I missed that. Okay, cool. So she's got to be the next. And she's also a babyface. So if it's up to me, I would actually turn Bianca before I turn Jade or Tiffany. But Jade should also be a heel. You can't just turn everyone heel. But Bianca could use a heel turn too. Bianca probably fits in there somewhere. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, this was over quickly and not necessarily the worst thing, but I'm like, okay, where do we go from here? Because Tiffany's been champion since early January. She beat her clean as a sheet. No reason to do a rematch, and I don't hope they don't go back to Jade like, oh yeah, I pinned you and your feet were on the like, no, stop. Like there was nothing dirty about that. Like you got beat clean as a sheet. Go cry to someone else. You know what I mean? Yeah, Bianca broke her hand at Mania. Daniel said, I'm just shocked she's been out for 4 months. I mean, that's kind of crazy. 2 things here. Nathaniel said, what about a last moment standing match with Becky and Lyra? Do you think that would have been better? I think so too, but I just feel like they did it with Tiffany and Nia recently on SmackDown. You weren't going to do another one so soon.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have done so soon. Like you said, I know they did it on Raw, but at best 2 out of 3, especially where the story was, I feel like you could have, that would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. And then also, who was better in the ring, Maria asked, Kross or Jade Cargill? Honestly, that's a difficult question. I'm going to go Karrion Kross, but you could go either one.
That's actually a really good question.
Similar...
I would probably lean Kross. I mean,
yeah.
I'd probably lean Kross, yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're both pretty similar where they have these awesome entrances, great auras about them, and then the bell rings. And it's very, like...
exactly. They are very similar, I'll give them that.
Yeah, actually, I might change my answer to Jade, because at least with Jade, I can name a couple matches that she's had so far in WWE. Like, the Asuka match wasn't all that good. But, like, the matches with Naomi earlier this year, the Mania match I liked, and the Evolution match I thought was great. Now, that was probably because of Naomi, but Naomi is also not as good as Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross just had no fucking chemistry at all. Like, it was just raw matches. So I don't know. I might change my answer to Jade, which is kind of...
I would say, realistically, neither of them are overly great, so...
No. They gotta be at least... Like, they're not terrible. Like, that's why I think they're both worth keeping around, specifically Kross as well, but these matches just have to improve. You can't be put in high-profile matches, and the matches are just okay. Like, even for every Hogan, rip, we just lost the guy, but, like, Hogan was not great in the ring, but he was in there having some classic matches when it mattered most. Neither of them so far have had classic matches when it matters most. And that's kind of the problem I think a lot of people have with them right now. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre versus Jelly Roll and Randy Orton. Listen, I'm eating crow. I have a ton of hats I can eat. I wasn't necessarily wrong about this. I was wrong about the outcome. I just said I did not care about the match going in. But I did say the match could exceed expectations, potentially. I didn't care about the match going in. They made me care. This was a lot like the Bad Bunny match. That was better from a few years ago. Bad Bunny's obviously a better athlete. But Jelly Roll, to his credit, was in there, took his licks, got the shit kicked out of him, and took the pin. And according to his interview with Cody Rhodes the other day, he said he lobbied to lose. He lobbied to lose. He was the anti-Hogan. You can't call him Jelly Hogan. He was Jelly Jericho. I don't know. Jericho used to lose a lot. I don't know. Whoever used to petition to lose. The Rock, we call it Rocky Maivia. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. He lost. He got pinned here. And the match was actually a lot of fun. To me, you can kill me for this opinion. I thought this was the best match in the show up to this point. And I thought this was fun attraction. This was the sports entertainment match of the night, and I thought they delivered.
I think it was good. I thought Jelly Roll did exactly what he needed to. He's the celebrity. So I'm surprised. After the Logan Paul spot on the table, I thought he was legitimately done. He looked like he was about to keel over. I thought maybe it got to get the they have one of those devices to shock him back to life. I thought he was go. So no, I thought it was great. It was what it needed to be. Like you said, a sports entertainment match. Him taking the pinfall, perfect. Because Randy doesn't get pinned. Drew hits him with the kick. I don't know who pinned him. It doesn't really matter. Drew and Logan won. That's what should have happened. Mm-hmm. We probably both predicted Orton and Jelly Roll won, but they didn't, and that was the best outcome.
No, I was pleasantly surprised by that, and it was Jelly Roll who got pinned. It wasn't even Randy Orton. It was Jelly Roll. God bless the guy. Yeah, no, he came back to life off the stretcher, which brought the crowd back to life. Oh, he's back into it. I'm in the press box going nuts, and then he gets laid out anyway. Very fun stuff. Everyone playing their roles really well here. I thought this was good. Roll Hogan. Exactly, Richie. Maria said, can Scarlett become a big star in WWE? I don't think so. The thing is,
as big as a star as I would be, I think.
Listen, she's an attractive woman. She had a great run in TNA, but no one remembers any Scarlett match that she has ever had in her entire career. I've seen Scarlett matches. She's not a great wrestler. Every woman on that roster, aside from maybe Maxine Dupree, is better than she is. I would not put her in the ring.
I wouldn't either.
And it's not the Attitude Era where a Sable, who wasn't the best in-ring wrestler either, she got over as a massive star. Scarlett, she could become a bigger star. I guess that's kind of your question. But you also, at some point, more so than in the 90s, you need to wrestle. And the bell's going to ring at some point, like your husband. At some point, you need to have a quality match. And you need to have a quality match with anyone, and not just the best people in the company. But we get to the main event, Mr. Marceau. World Heavyweight Championship clash here. CM Punk and Gunther. I love this match. I thought people were unfair towards this match, and that's fine. I saw Brian Alvarez said that he thought this match was garbage. That's an awful opinion. I'm sorry. Everyone can have their opinion, but sometimes your opinion sucks. I'm just going to say that. Not you specifically. I'm just saying in general. I thought this match was great. Went almost 30 minutes. Punk got the shit kicked out of him. Gunther was awesome. Got the blood in there. I don't know if that was intentional or an accident, but it added a lot. Punk barely wins by the skin of his teeth. Puts Gunther away, only to get cashed in on by Seth Rollins with the ruse of the century, We saw it coming, but it was still amazingly executed and made for a heartbreaking yet amazing ending to night one, ending this show on the highest note possible. So give it to me, Mr. Marceau. Thoughts on the match here and what we saw to close the show?
Yeah, I thought the match overall, I thought it was good. I didn't see any negative feedback, but I mean, it's probably out there. But I thought overall it was a good match. I will say my one negative thing is Gunther in these matches, like, when's he going to learn to stop playing with your food? And, like,
yeah, that makes sense.
This has happened. This is like his calling card. Like, every time he, like, beats the shit out of someone and, like, he's kind of like, he just won't. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the third or fourth time. Every time he loses, he does this. Like, is the guy a moron? I mean, like, that's the one negative part is, like, all his matches that he loses is, like, he's too busy, like, just not putting them away. And it's, like, this happened, like I said, this is probably his fourth, fifth time. It's like, buddy, you got to – it's getting tired. Like, this is, like, this calling card. So that was my one nitpick. But I thought overall the match was good. Like you said, I think he was under the table drilling for oil, for Christ's sakes. He was on there for a minute.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't take juice class. But, no, I thought this was good. Like you said, Punk, skin of his teeth, hits him with 2 GTSs, beats Gunther, gets up. Cole does the best in the world quote. Rollins comes out, he's crutching out. I'm like, oh, you know, like they're just kind of like, they're going to just, oh, this is coming later.
Tease it for later, yeah.
Once he turned around and Heyman still had it out, I'm like, I mean, he's got it. But when he dropped the crutches, I went bananas. Take the thing off. Great moment, like you said. Just great way to end the first night. Like you said, I feel like most of the matches was like decent to good, but this like ended the show on a positive note. And no, it was great.
I thought everything about this was excellent. I thought they did a great job. Now, where do you fall with the Punk Rollins stuff? Like, the feud's been going on for so long now. I think there is still some juice left in there. They got to blow it off soon. I don't think you drag this out till Mania, especially not for the title. I would rather have Sami Zayn win the Rumble and go for the belt to Mania. That's just me. But what do you make of this? Are you like, bro, like Rollins is champion again and Punk's going to be chasing him for 6 months? Where do you fall on this?
Yeah, I feel like you got to kind of move on for the Punk Raw stuff. I mean, we've getting it for so long. People are like, oh, Mania. I'm like, dude,
that's a long time away.
So long. I mean, like, you'd have to, like, basically kill Punk off until next year, and then maybe he wins the Rumble when you get there. But, I mean, it's either you kill it off now or you just, like I said, Breaker and Bronson just, like, legit kill Punk. He's gone for 6 months. Or Rumble time comes back, wins the Rumble. We get him and Rollins at Mania. But, I mean, that's the only way you can do it. Like, they can't just be feuding for that much longer. But, I mean, who knows? But that's what I would probably do. I feel like it is a Mania match. Obviously, that's what we were supposed to get before Steph got hurt. But you can't just, like, flesh it out at this point. Like, you'd have to take Punk off TV, which you could do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that's what I would do. Like I said, if you want that match at Mania, Punk's got to go away for a little bit.
It would be difficult to build towards it while he's still around, and what you're going to do, Punk and Breaker in the meantime, and then Punk and Reed on separate PLEs, and you do the match, you do the tag match. Like, it's tough. People will really get sick of it if you don't move away from it. Not even just move away from it, blow it off. I would blow it off at Survivor Series. That's where Punk came back. That's where the feud kind of got reignited. Do it there. None of this War Games bullshit. I would just do it at Survivor Series. But we know we're getting War Games, so that's probably not going to happen. Speaking of Rollins, though, Westway Farms said, do you think Seth is being pushed too hard? Because that promo from him on Raw felt flat, and Paul Heyman is taking a massive step back with his career. That group is DOA. And he's not the only one that feels that way. I've seen a lot of people that don't like the group. I don't know if it's dead on arrival. I don't know if I think that's a bit harsh. I don't think the group is completely clicked yet. They also haven't really won when it matters most. Rollins has. But Breaker and Reed, the win matches on Raw, specifically Breaker, but they lost at SummerSlam. Why? Like, they have heat, and I like the look of the group. I like the vibe of the group, but they're just not there yet. So, like, temperature check on the group. Where are you falling with them right now?
Yeah, I would say lukewarm. I mean, I think that, like you said, the problem is, especially most of these heel groups anyways, like, I feel like the under guys lose a little bit more. But, like, if you're trying to push them as, like, an evolution or something like that, they do, like you said, need to win more. Breaker does win, I would say, more than often. Breed's kind of the guy that's eating more pinfalls and stuff like that. But, like you said, I feel like they do need to get more steam ahead. I don't mind. I like the group. I mean, I get what people are saying. Like, it's kind of flat. But, I mean, DOA is just a dramatic over.
No.
I mean,
No, but they're not complete losers. We're not talking about the MFTs here, okay? Like, and
yeah, exactly. I mean, that group's fucking terrible.
I like the group too. I like everyone in the MFTs, but their booking is awful. Like Solo's just a fuck. He's booked like a loser. I'm sorry. These guys are booked better than that. I enjoy the group. I would just give it a bit more time. But if you don't like it, that's totally fine. I also like Rollins as champion.
Westway Farm, just from my knowledge, like who do you like? If you could put that in the chat, I would love to say. I feel like everything's always aimed towards me. I feel like
I know
everyone I like is terrible. So I'd like to get that fleshed out if possible.
I think he said Karrion Kross, maybe Jade Cargill. Just kidding. We'll see what he says. If you're still here, Westway Farm, let us know who you're thinking of, or who your favorites are. Alexa said the vision needs to be a cohesive theme, so we don't have to be beaten in the head with Seth. Oh, they need like a cohesive theme song, I think is what she's saying.
It's like Judgment Day.
Yeah, they needed. Yeah, exactly. I would say they need a group theme. And Becky's new theme. Before I forget, she got new music this week, and I think it's great. What did you think?
I'm warming up to it. I mean,
okay.
I'm a man guy, so you know I like the whoa, but I'm warming up to it. I think it's one of those it's like more of a song, so you gotta kind of listen to it a little bit more.
Yeah, and then she'll go back to the whoa or whatever at some point as a babyface. So it's a nice, take a break, go back to it.
How can I miss you if you don't go away?
Tell that to John Cena, okay? With that dumbass, with his theme song, and can't miss the song if it didn't go away. You know what I mean? Triple threat from night 2, Women's World Championship, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. The Mania WrestleMania match, this was not, but I still thought this was very good. I thought Naomi held her own more, obviously. I thought she did a great job. Rhea and Io, it is impossible for them to have anything less than a great match, regardless if it's one-on-one, triple threat, four-way, whatever, tag team match. They work so well together. I very much enjoyed this. We knew Naomi was going to win. I knew you're still upset about it. I get it. I know you wanted Io to win take the title back. Obviously, this is better than Rhea Maivia. I think we can agree with that. She will get the belt back at some point. Hopefully not until Australia at the earliest. But I still love this match. I know weren't happy with the outcome, but give me your 2 cents.
No, I thought the match itself was good. I guess it was what I expected to, but as a fan, I didn't want to see it. So, I mean, you didn't get pinned, though. That was the biggest positive.
She did not eat the pin, you're right.
She was about to get pinned. Naomi pinned Rhea instead, which I was happy with. But, yeah, I think it was what it needed to be. Now I kind of feel like we're getting like these like Io, Rhea, frenemy thingy.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see where that goes. Like I said, I like that Io's kind of like Rhea's chink in the army. Like she can't beat Io.
I like that.
Like, I would play that out a lot longer. Like I said, like don't burn it like in a year. Like they're both gonna be around for a while, so you can like keep that up. Oh, Rhea's gonna fight and lose it again. Like it's great. It's like they have that one kryptonite, and that's Io for Rhea. So
yeah,
I think this whole frenemy thing could be good. Like maybe this kind of gets more Rhea heel, keeps them busy for the time being. Now the title picture. So we'll see. I know they had like. The Kabuki Warriors are kind of like going after Io. She's like, oh, I'm going to talk to my new friend. Like, you guys are yesterday's news, so maybe we'll get that in the time being. But no, I thought I'm interested to see what happens. So Naomi wins. Hopefully she loses to Stephanie and we move on. But yeah, it's fun.
Well, we know that's not happening, but I am looking forward to Naomi and Stephanie at Clash in Paris. And also having Naomi's father out there to play her to the ring on the guitar was also pretty fucking cool. Naomi is on the run of her career. I would agree with that, Daniel. And Rich even said, Def Rebel is cooking for as we speak for the Vision. It won't be good necessarily, he said, FYI, but they are cooking. So it might be terrible, but at least they will get a new theme. Yeah, Richie does not like Becky's new music, thinks it's butt cheeks. I like the music. I think it's very good, fits her new persona well, I thought. And Fernando also made a great point. Evolution started slow as well, because Randy got hurt, Batista got hurt, so it took them some time to find their footing. So I'm not saying this will be evolution, or evolution, as Wade Barrett would say.
I just feel like people want it. It's obviously the way that the social media and everything is. Everyone wants like now. They want the group to be amazing right off the bat, but like it takes some time.
Give it some time.
Don't like. It's gonna give it some time.
Let it cook. Give it some time to simmer. Would we want to see Stephanie and Rhea WrestleMania? Yes, me personally, yes. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, Rhea's 30th title win probably, but yeah, no, I like that.
Well, I would say Rhea wins in Australia and then loses it to Stephanie and Mania. That's what I would do.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like that too.
She'll have to negotiate into her contract that she can lose, like maybe by not getting pinned or something. Doesn't work for me, sister. Something along those lines. Wyatt Six, Andrade and Phoenix, Profits, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, and Fraxium, six-pack TLC Challenge, also known as the Home Depot Lowe's Invitational TLC match. I love this. Love the match. I told you I would love it. I'm a freak with this shit. I thought it was great. You had the Dudley Boys at ringside, Hardys at ringside. I marked out for that. That was cool. Love the match. Flat finish. I'm not saying the Wyatt Six winning was even bad, but like, we talked about it earlier. The bazooka, like they use all this shit, like they kill each other. Candice LeRae gets murdered at ringside. The Wyatt Six just hit their finisher and then win. It's like, oh, okay. Like, are these being restarted? Like, what's going on? Oh, no, it's over. Okay, whatever. I thought that was weird, but the match itself was fun.
But like I said, when you get the Lowe's Home Depot Invitational,
that's what happens.
There's so much going on that like it's tough. I like theoretically like looking from afar if I can put my spots together. Like maybe when like Ciampa and Gargano, maybe the Wyatt Six should have been the ones that put them through the tables and then they climb and win. Like big moment, they win.
That makes sense.
So they like hit their finisher. And Gacy just slowly climbs up, and I love it because they always like pan in. And it's like you see no one's alive, everyone's dead. You're like, well, he's winning. And he takes him off, win. Okay, whatever. Didn't love how like the rest of the Wyatt Six was like interfering. Like, go away, stop. Like, what are we doing here? Why are they all in the match?
Be fat, baby. I'm like, what are we doing here? Candice taking this spot straight.
Stuff like this, like overall, like. It was what it was. Like I said, people will go nuts for the big spots and like people like act like it was like the greatest match ever. But it was what it needed to be, and we moved on. I will say the Spanish Fly, Axiom, and Dawkins hit was ridiculous. The fact that none of them like broke their legs or ankles was crazy to me. Unless they did, because they did it just so close to the barricade. Like there's no way you're not going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they did, like you said. Who knows? Great match, though. I thought that was an amazing spot. Fresh Fly asked if there was a female Shield or female NWO. I mean, that would never happen. In WWE, who would make for great members? I think they had it with that Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Sonya Deville group. They could have been the next Shield, and then they just got rid of them. I don't know why. It was working so well.
Honestly, that was my three. So,
but now they're gone.
They're the Pure Fusion Collective, pretty much Shield 2.0.
Pure Garbage Collective? I think that's what they were called.
Okay.
That's what it was. Becky and Lyra, we already talked about this a lot, but we'll go through it one more time here. No DQ, no count-out match. Last chance for the Women's Intercontinental title. Becky wins, LOL. Becky Balea, baby. She does it again in honor of Hogan. Doesn't put over Lyra Valkyria. And it wasn't even as if they had a great match. They didn't. This wasn't bad, but it was all plunder, which we just saw 5 minutes earlier. Long. I don't condone this, okay? But the crowd was doing the wave. That pissed me off. I'm like, all right, people, pay the fuck attention. Like, this match isn't awful. Like, stop. Like, wrestling fans constantly have to be stimulated. Like, you people, go get diagnosed with ADHD. You guys have problems. But the match was fine. Becky winning, I didn't like. And Bayley interfering only to get that, like, oh, it was a backfire. This was raw level shit. I'm sorry. I did not like this. Weak match. Disappointing, given their last couple of matches were great. And this has been the feud of the year. They ended with a whimper. So I already know how you feel about it, but give it to me again, Mr. Marceau.
Yeah, no, I thought, like you said, I think they just went way too deep in the plunder. It just was slow, took a long time. When she did the zip tie thing, took forever. She's like going through the fucking toolbox. Then she did the chair. Like they were trying too many like complicated spots. Like on the outside, she tried to like put her chair around her neck, and then it wasn't working. And like I said, I just felt like they went way too deep into the hardcore plunder shit. Because like she was, I don't know if she was even trying it. Like there were points that she was in the zip ties for so long. I'm like, are they like this? It just seemed so off. Like it didn't seem like she had a couple moves. I mean, she did a couple moves with the zip ties on. They were pretty cool. But like I said, once Bayley came out, and you're like, okay. She like beats her up a little bit. Becky throws her over. I'm like, okay. And then she hit her with the fucking chain. Made no sense at all. And then she's standing there on the ropes, hanging on the ropes as Becky wins. And then she does nothing. She just sits there.
Yeah, I was wondering why she didn't get back involved. Yeah, that was weird.
It's just dumb. And it's not. And it'd be one day it's like, oh, it was like the Rue. She hit her, and then like she's with Becky now. Nope. Just misfire and just hit Lyra. I didn't see all of Raw. I don't think I saw either of them on Raw. Maybe Lyra and Bayley were on Raw.
They had a backstage segment, where Bayley attempted to apologize, and Lyra said, I don't want to hear it.
Oh boy, that's great. But yeah, no, Becky winning. I mean, realistically, it should have just been Becky, Lyra, 3. Like you said, they should have done the 2 out of 3 falls. Lyra wins. We move on. I guess we probably wouldn't have got the Nikki Bella line, which was amazing.
Yeah.
From Raw, but I mean, you could have still got there somehow. But
you could still do a Becky Bailey or a Becky Nikki feud without a title, to be fair.
That's true. I think Lyra should have won, but I guess we get her and Bailey now.
Yeah, everyone in the chat's not really all that happy with the Bailey, like calling her boring and stuff like that. I mean, you've been saying that for quite some time.
It just made no sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you even said before SummerSlam that a Bailey Lyra feud does not interest you going forward.
Because there's no Lyra's beat her twice already. She beats her again. Okay, then Bailey's dead in the water, and then Bailey beats her. Then you're like, oh, okay, but like Lyra's the one that's younger, should be getting over. Like, it's just not a good feud. There's no real winner because like if Lyra beats her again, it's like okay, cool.
She already beat her 3 other times.
She already beat her again, and then Bailey wins. You're like, why the fuck is she beating Lyra?
Yeah.
Dumb.
After losing all year.
Yep.
But on the positive side, I do agree, Daniel. Becky Belair getting the win right in front of her brother Nick Belair was very touching.
It was. I had a little tear in my eye.
Yeah, brought a little tear to this cheek right here. Made sense. I will say that was appropriate. Even better than that, steel cage action, baby. United States Championship.
I love this match.
I mean, did you take a detour? We were driving down 95 on our way to Newark. I took a wrong right turn into Interference City for this matchup. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and I think you missed the fine print there. It also said in every member of the MFTs and Jimmy Uso. Basically, if you were Samoan, you got involved in this match. I am shocked Rikishi was not fucking there. Rikishi wasn't there to get involved, help one of his sons win. I mean, Fatu's not his son, but you get what I mean. It was crazy, bro. It was just ridiculous how much interference we got in this matchup. And then Solo won. It wasn't even as if the match sucked. The match was not good, and then Solo retained. And then on top of that, Jacob Fatu lays him out anyway. The fuck was the point of that?
It's the classic, like, beats up the guys after, even though they lost, and then, like, you leave on, like, the positive note.
Yeah.
This match was terrible. I didn't really expect much to begin with
neither,
so it kind of, like, lined up with my excitement to begin with. I mean, you're saying, like, anyone that's Samoan, dude, the fucking crowd was chanting for Jay, and I'm like, for the love of God, don't touch this garbage.
Yeah.
Like,
get him away
Jimmy
from
comes
this.
out, hits the super kicks, gets thrown over. I will say the way Solo won was funny to me. Like, he just, like, literally just fell out of the steel cage like he stepped on a banana peel. Like, I thought that was kind of funny. Solo, like you said, I don't mind Solo. Like, his matches aren't the greatest. I think he's funny, so I just always get a good crack.
No, he's a funny guy, yeah.
But it's like, okay, so then he wins. It gets the whole escape in the cage to me needs to get gone. I think that's like the dumbest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
They need to kind of move away from that. I don't think they
terrible
ever will,
rule. Yeah.
Solo winning, and then Jacob like because now we're gonna keep it going. This is easily gonna be the match at fucking War Games, which is gonna be terrible.
Oh,
but
don't say that.
and what else is it gonna be? I mean,
maybe Rollins.
Maybe get like Roman, Punk, and them against the Vision.
Yeah,
maybe
hopefully.
People, hopefully, because this is terrible. But
Yeah.
Solo wins LOL, and we move on. I thought like after the Becky Lyra match was probably the worst match to put after that because it just like felt like what the fuck was that?
Yeah, this was just a dumpster fire. The crowd did not care, and then Jacob laying out everyone afterward. I mean, I people did care a little bit, Richie, but like people popped for it, but it just made no sense at that point. Just have the guy win. I mean, then you know this feud's not over. This was like, oh, the big blow off. They've been feuding for months. Big blow off. No, it's not over, pal. This is not over. WWE steel cage matches are awful because they always feature interference every single time. It was bad. And then Jimmy Uso's out there like The Rock making the run in. Oh, he's coming in. Oh, but Jacob Fatu retained. And guess what? He didn't. He also got laid out. What a loser. I mean, it's like, dude, we need to end this feud. This is tough. The leftovers from the bloodline have made for terrible television. And I like a lot of these guys involved, but it is not made for very interesting television at all. Get Jacob Fatu far away from this. Please put him in like the world title picture or something. He's got to move on. This U.S. title feels cooked right now. Like, it's in the garbage. Solo is made to look like a loser all the time. I love how Michael Cole was like, oh yeah, Solo hasn't lost a singles match since January. Why would he need to? He gets pinned in every tag team match that he has. I mean, every single match that he has, he gets pinned in a tag match. So who even gives a shit? Dominic and AJ. I know you really like this match. For the Intercontinental Championship, big love letter to Eddie Guerrero on this one, on the 20-year anniversary of Dominic Mysterio's WWE main roster debut as a little Dom. That's really all this match was. I thought it was good. I didn't love it. I thought it was decent. But if you love Eddie, you love this match. And I know you fell in that camp. So give me your 2 cents on this Intercontinental title match.
I love this match. I had zero interest in this match going in, to care less. AJ comes out with the Eddie with the lowrider, the pants, just gave me flashbacks of Eddie. All the lying, cheating, stealing. Dom with the boot undone like WrestleMania 20. Chef's kiss. I loved it. I went nuts. I literally was like, I hope they do the spot with the boot. Undoes it, wins, hits him with the boot, 1, 2, 3 with the frog splash to top it all off.
Yep.
Couldn't have been better.
It's all WrestleMania 20 Eddie Guerrero type of spots.
And I loved every second of it.
And AJ had the Eddie tights on. Came out with the low rider, did AJ with his kid.
Exactly. Like I said, especially compared to what we just saw, this was like...
Oh, this was a lot better, yeah.
This was like... I don't even know. You name any great match. This was perfect. It literally was what it needed to be, and they gave you the nostalgia to love it even more.
I will say, I do think SummerSlam should not have been 2 nights. If it was one night, I would have taken this off. I would have taken Solo and Jacob off because neither match needed to happen on the show. But this was better than Becky and Lyra, and this was better than Solo and Fatu. So I will say that. Dominic, we figured, would win. He did. It was what it needed to be. And like I said, the Eddie stuff really popped the crowd. So it was a nice way to kind of lead into the main event. Pop RJ, he was going nuts. He was texting me. He's like, oh, I love that match. That was great. He said, Viva la raza.
I will say, AJ can't do the shimmy, so stop trying. He tried it like 1,000 times. Like, you ain't Eddie, so stop doing it.
You are not Eddie Guerrero. No one is, so that makes sense. Aside from Dominic, he is Eddie's son. That's what they told me on TV 20 years ago. And no, I hope Jimmy Uso does not beat Solo for the U.S. title. That would be even worse. Someone said it earlier. That would be terrible.
No thanks.
That would be awful. We get to the main event. Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Undisputed WWE Championship. Get your bazookas out, folks. A lot of finishers here. Finisher spam fest. That aside, great match. Cena's best in a very long time. I don't know when his last truly great match would have been. He busted his ass here. They took their fight to the stage. I don't know where this fucking match was at WrestleMania. This was a lot better than that was. But yeah, I thought they made the most of the stipulation. Crowd was into it. Cody Rhodes got just terribly booed for most of it. And then the fans were fickle and cheered him afterward. It's like, pick a fucking side. But like that, the Cody did nothing to get booed, so I'm not really sure why people were booing him. But the correct outcome, I was worried, Cena's acting all babyface. He's going to turn back heel. It was all a ruse, another ruse. That would have been awful. That would have been really stupid. Glad that didn't happen. We'll get to the piss master in a second. But the match itself between Cody and Cena, what'd you think?
I thought it was a good match. Like you said, I think it was everything their Mania match should have been, and I feel like it was exciting. I wasn't really overly excited for this match, but I thought it was good. The ending left a lot to be desired. I mean, the 30 AAs and the 20 crossroads, and like you said, I was literally waiting for Cody to go into the ring to grab the bazooka. I mean, when Cena hit the AA off the top rope through the table and he kicked out, I almost just got up and just walked away. Cause I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, yeah.
Cody won. I know with Cody matches, Cena, you're going to get the finisher fast, so I kind of expected that. But Cody won, right outcome. And yeah, and then Cena's there at the end, final farewell, and the Beast is back.
The Beast is back, which we'll get to in a second. But I will say, Richie said he liked the million kickouts, and I also would agree the best match with AJ since AJ the Rumble in 2017. Most likely, Hunter, I would agree with that. I would have to really think, but you're probably right. Here's why I didn't like the kickouts, because that conditions fans to think that a match needs a million kickouts to be a good match. So when we get a pay-per-view main event in the future and someone hits one Crossroads or one Styles Clash or something, they think, that was so disappointing. You only hit one finisher. Like, that's what a fucking finisher should be. It should only be one finisher. And I feel like especially with younger fans, they think it should be all this bullshit. Like, if the Brock thing let's say if this show just went off the air with Cody hitting 2 Crossroads, maybe 3, but that's it. And no return afterward.
We'll be talking about.
People would be pissed, but they shouldn't need to. I feel like you just need a clean finish once in a while. But they've conditioned fans to expect bullshit after the fact, or interference, or a million kickouts in order for something to be good. I just feel like that's just excessive, you know?
No, I agree. Like I said, the AA through the table is what really got me really mad.
And as far as what stopped them from having this quality of a match at Mania, Bazzico, I apologize if I mispronounce your name. What stopped them from having this quality of a match was that Cena was a heel and he put in even less effort before. Like, as a heel, he put even less effort in that match. I don't know. Like, I just feel like they just didn't have great chemistry until this match came, and they worked something out, and it worked out really well. I could do it with a million finishers. You don't need a million finishers to get people talking and buzzing and excited. It's just too much. And I agree, Abu Sika, first of all, thanks for joining. He also said, finisher spam, aside, I enjoyed the match. Finisher spamming, to me, is so lazy. It is fucking lazy. It's a way to get people to pop like, oh, the match isn't over. Like, I just shot this guy in the head and he's still kicked out, but then I'll punch him in the face and then he's done. Like, what? No, like, that's ridiculous. If a simple move puts you away after all, like, it was the biggest issue with the indies for years. AEW does it too from time to time. You hit a Canadian destroyer off the Empire State Building, and then you just hit someone with a clothesline and it's over. It's like, dude, that sucks. I'm sorry.
I mean, I literally texted you and said, I can't wait till after the 5th AA, Cody's just going to roll him up and beat him. Like, that's the problem. Like,
yeah.
You're saying, like normally it's like they get the finish, 1, 2, 3, and move on.
Yeah.
But especially with these spam fest finishers, the worst part is they normally win with like a roll up or something that's not even their finisher. And you're like, why?
Yeah.
They can kick out of 4 A's to a table, but they can't kick out of a roll up. Come on, like it's silly.
No, and the Hunter saying that he was laughing at the fact the crowd started chanting Super Cena. The guy's 48 years old. He's obviously past his prime. The idea that he'd be out there kicking out of 5 crossroads is just stupid. It doesn't even make sense. And then Cody also kicking out of like 7 attitude adjustments, including one through a table and off the ramp and then off the top rope. Come on, man. We don't need to condition people to think, oh, they're Super Cody, Super Cena, Super Rhodes, and then they're going to take one clothesline in their next match and it's over. It's like, then it's not consistent, and then it doesn't make sense. It's just stupid. Yes, Black and Gold NXT was also guilty of that, Daniel. I agree with that, but I feel like it worked better in NXT. That kind of started it in WWE, but I feel like it worked better there. Had Brock not returned, he said the piss master. He's the piss master. Had he not returned, fans would have moaned. We'll get to him in a second. Fans would have moaned how mid SummerSlam was. We would have been conditioned to expect a Marvel-esque post-credit scene. That's what I'm saying. People need that. Like, oh, we need a big return. Like, no, you don't. That's like the fucking TikTok generation now, where it's like, oh, we need like Vince McMahon to come back. Well, not necessarily him, but like we need a big return in order for the show to be saved. I don't care about match quality or storytelling. I care about big moments that don't make sense. Like, stop. It's ridiculous. But that brings me to my next point. Waiting all episode to talk about it. Let's get into it. The Beast is back. Thought The Rock might show up. We talked about it a lot last week. The more the day went on, I said, brother, I am scared. I am convinced the final boss is showing up. I hear like, he's going to come out. He's going to lay out Cody. Two things are going to happen. Either he's going to swerve Cody into thinking John Cena is a babyface again, and they're going to realign Rock and Cena, which would have been awful, or he's going to align with Cena, turn on Cena, and then endorse Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes would now be the people's champion. The same offer he turned down 6 months ago, he would take it this many months later. And we would have been like, what? What? That's insane. The Rock is here. But The Rock did not show up. I'm thinking, okay, cool. Like, we're just going to close the show. New champ, cool. Like, Cena endorses Cody. They make out in the ring. Cool, whatever. And then out of nowhere, you do not hear Ifis You hear, ba-da-da-da-da. Wait, what the? Dum, dum, da-da-da. What? Michael Cole saying holy shit on commentary. MetLife did go nuts. Not everyone went nuts. Paul Heyman was like, oh, everyone was happy. Like, no, Paul Heyman, fuck you. Not everyone was happy. Does the Brock thing. I will say, I think he looks great. The hair looks great. He looks awesome. Comes in, lays out John Cena. Cena wasn't dumb enough to fall for like the handshake into the F5. He's done that like a million times. He would look like an idiot if he did that. He immediately went for Brock, who reversed, laid him out with an F5. It's over. Brock is back for the first time in 2 years in SummerSlam in Detroit when we were there and he faced Cody, lost to him, great match. Where was he the last 2 years? Why wasn't he on TV? I don't know. Was he out fishing? Was he farming? Didn't have cell service on the farm? No, he didn't pick up his phone because they didn't call him. Because he was supposed to be in the Rumble last year, but something happened that weekend. Oh, man, what was it? Did a movie come out that he was in? He was filming. Oh, no, he wasn't filming a movie. What was it that weekend? He was, I don't know. It was a birthday party. He had a birthday party to go to. That's why. Oh, no, he had something else. something else. It was a lawsuit that dropped that weekend. That's what it was. A sex trafficking lawsuit that he was named in, I think maybe just a couple, 44 times, okay? No, he did not meet the woman in person. No, he is not a defendant on the lawsuit. No, he's not being sued. Just to get that out of the way for anyone that's thinking that. But he's still heavily involved in a lawsuit. And that's why they took him off the show in the first place. But he's back. WWE Legal cleared him. Fightful confirmed that. I'm not saying that means he's innocent or that they settled the lawsuit. I don't think that's what actually happened here. I don't think you should be bringing him back right now. I felt very weird about this. I love Brock. I think having Brock on the show is cool. He brings a great aura to the show. But then it's like, this is terrible timing. I don't think it's necessary is my thing. I said a lot there, Mr. Marceau. Giving you the mic here. Give me your thoughts. The beast is back.
I mean, I went nuts. And I mean,
most people did.
Allegations alone, I went crazy.
Yeah.
Brock back texted you instantly. Came down, he said the cowboy hat, the whole nine, laid Cena out. I went nuts. No, I have no lawyer, criminal justice. I have no background. I mean, I don't know any litigation.
Yeah.
Can't tell you I know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he's not technically a defendant. He's not being sued. So that's just my normal bachelor's degree. I can read a piece of paper. He's technically not being sued. So to me, like, yes, is it great that he was involved in some of this stuff? No, but I mean, if they think it's fine, then I guess it's fine for me. I mean, it's on the TV. To me, it's no different than your local football player getting arrested for doing something bad, and they just say, you know what, you're gone for 6 games, and you'll come back, and we just act like nothing happened. So, I mean, if that's the way they see it, and he's on my television screen, I guess I'll be watching Brock with the hat on, and the Beast is back. I mean, I don't think it's random because obviously him and Cena have had the few. Like, if it's come back for Cena, obviously it'll probably lead to more. But like, he is seen as like one kryptonite, I would say. Like, he's always probably got most of the time the better hand on Cena. Cena's last year, Brock come back. I liked it. Like I said, I'm not out of the ring, whatever that is, that's fine. But I thought it was a great moment.
Do you think that they need to bring him back now, though? I get the Brock Cena thing, but I feel like if we went through this whole Cena retirement tour and didn't get Cena Brock one more time, I would be content. I mean, I would have much rather seen Cena Orton, which we got, Cena Punk, which we got, Cena. I don't know. Listen, I think Cena and Brock have had great matches. I don't know what quality of a match they're going to have in 2025. I really don't. Like, I mean, most of their matches were Brock squashing Cena. I don't think that's what this is going to be. This is not 2012 anymore. I just don't know if they're going to go in there and have a good match that's worth bringing Brock back for. And honestly, not even just Brock himself. I just don't think it's worth the headache that this company has gotten PR-wise in the last 5 days. For them to go ahead, which, come on, I'm not saying you, but like, no one can convince me that they did not cancel the press conference of all weekends, which we're getting to the point of being pointless anyway, which I completely agree with. Although they did have some news value. They did it this weekend because they knew they'd be asked about this. And they don't want to be held accountable. If they just told me, listen, if Triple H, now I'm not saying me specifically, but if he just said to us, hey, listen, we think he's good, we think it's been long enough, I don't really care, then I would have a lot more respect for that. But they're on ESPN saying like, oh yeah, like we had to bring him home. But why did you take him off TV in the first place? If he's not being sued, you're right. Absolutely, you're correct. He's not as evil as Vince. We can have a whole conversation about that, obviously. Tyreek is here. Tyreek, what's up? Bork Laser for the win. Why now? Like, he was taken off to begin with, so why bring him back now? Why not just wait until this is settled, which was probably imminent anyway?
Because if they think that, I mean, if it's going to get settled, but the thing is, I guess my point is, if it's going to get settled anyway, so you have to wait another 2 months, and you're like, oh, it's settled, so now we're just going to move on.
Yeah, I would wait until it's like cleared. I just think
he's not
it's
on trial. He's not like, it's not him, like, it's not like it'd be one thing if he's like it's him, like he's the one on trial. Like, okay, yeah, you probably want to wait for it settled. Yeah, he's somewhat involved in it, but like, I just feel like people are like, oh, you got to give him more time. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know what waiting another 2 months is going to change. If Vince settled tomorrow and they brought him back, like,
yeah,
it's just one of those things I just don't really know why it really matters. Like, if they waited another 6 months, they think it's fine, then it is what it is. But like, also them canceling the press conference, if they said nothing, so they're screwed regardless. They bring him back, and then everyone asks them the questions, and they kind of give no answers. Then people are like, oh, they copped out and didn't give any good answers.
I think that would have been better. I think that would have been better, to be honest. When
But
people
also,
still
I
complain,
feel like
you're right.
a lot of these not you specific, but these journalists think that they're like litigators, like, oh, well, like they think they know, but like you're not a lawyer, so you don't know. You're just like kind of like piecing everything together, and you think that you know everything that's going on.
Yeah. I just would have liked to have heard his explanation as to why. Because again, like I said, bro, they took him off pretty fucking quickly. Like, dude. The another thing too, I'm just to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, but also at that time, I feel like the whole cancel culture was also bigger at that time. I feel like now
that's still pretty big too. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's still big now,
like,
right? I mean,
I feel like now it's not as prominent. So I feel like now they're kind of trying to like lessen on that stuff. But like you said, yeah.
Yeah. Alexa said, yeah, I would wait until it's done. He was heavily mentioned in it. I mean, it's a sex trafficking thing. I mean, again, like I said, he's not being sued. I can't express that enough. But at the same time, what was I going to say? I don't remember now. It's just not a good look, is what I'm saying. It's just not a good look.
It's not a good look, but like I'm saying, it's no different than any other sport. There's plenty of people that get in trouble with the law. They get suspended for X amount of time, and then so he's been gone for 2 years.
Yeah.
And they say he did 2 years of not being around, and then they bring him back.
I know, but I understand what you're saying, the cancel culture being worse at the time. But I mean, they thought it was bad enough that they took him not only off the show, but they like took him off of everything. They took him out of the game.
I think it was one of those like knee jerk, like they didn't know the whole extent at the time. They just see the allegations immediately. We don't want to associate it. And then now it seems like, I mean, if they're close to settling, then it's not, I mean, that's what it seems like it's going to. I mean, that's what.
Oh no, it's definitely going to settle. Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, wait till they settle. Vince will be back on Raw. I mean, you laugh, it's going to happen.
No, I laugh because it's a sad inevitability reality where I do think Vince could be back. He came back to begin with, bro. Like, he came back in 2023 when we never thought he'd be back again after he retired, quote unquote. I don't know. I just really feel like they should have waited a little bit longer. People are going to be upset regardless. I think that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. You bring him back. The thing is, if you brought him back in 2 months, people would be pissed. So it doesn't really matter.
No, I know, but I feel like people would be. How do I put this? I just feel like, will the case get worse before it gets better? I don't think so. I feel like the lawsuit, I mean, it did get worse. The only thing that's changed since early last year is that he was not named originally. He was implied, but now they actually named him by name. And he probably would have met the woman. Like, it's a very weird, he didn't do anything illegal, but it's a kind of odd situation. And I'm sure other people in the company are guilty of the same thing, but he was the only one named in the lawsuit. I mean, that's a red flag. I don't know. I just feel like I think they should just be more open with it, is my point. Because, they held this back from everyone. Yeah, they wanted it to be a surprise because it was a big return, obviously. But I also think they held it from people because, like, there weren't talks of, like, oh, Brock might be brought back in the future. Let's, like, test the waters to see how people react publicly. No, it's like, let's keep this away from everyone because we know it's going to be a big deal. And I feel like they did that because they know to a certain degree it's probably not right. They're doing it right now.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of, like you said, they don't want, it's obviously what's going on, but I also feel like not talking about it made it bigger than it would have been.
Well, yeah, from a storyline standpoint, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't, like I said, I haven't seen him since SummerSlam when we went. Like I said, I think if you brought it up, maybe it would have made the moment special. Obviously, like I said, they don't want to bring it up with people asking about it, but I mean, the thing is, like, when you bring him back, you're going to have to, like, either you're going to have to deal with it, which I feel like they've done a lot with, like, some kind of bad PR. They just kind of, like, the problem, especially with media, too, it's like, this is a problem. Then, like I said, the next day they do ESPN, so it's like you kind of already pushed that on the rug from, like, main media. They already moved on from that.
Yeah.
Like, the way that social media is, everything's so, like,
oh, yeah, of course.
What have you done for me lately? So it's like they see the Brock thing, and then they're like, oh, yeah, guess what? We're going to ESPN. And then people just move right past it.
Yeah.
Obviously, fans that are watching weekly and stuff, it's going to be different. But, like, I just feel like, yes, for PR, in the moment, it was big, but, like, they kind of just, like, it's like they just sweep right under the rug. It's like, oh, now to the next thing. Now we're on ESPN, and then next week will be whatever.
Yeah, I just wish to Alexis's point, I wish they had just been upfront about it and been like, because again, just to be clear, they might know something that we don't. I don't believe, I believe that WWE Legal cleared him, but I also am not going to subscribe to the idea that, oh, just because WWE Legal cleared him, he must be good. I don't believe that. I mean, this company's, they're guilty of so much shady shit. I'm sorry.
But, like, that's the thing, though. But what, I guess my thing is, like, people, like, act like they're owed something. Like, they don't,
They do. Like, I feel like, because it was a serious enough situation where I feel like, especially for maybe the performers don't care. I don't know how they feel. I haven't talked to them. I don't know. But I feel like at least, especially with it being a sex trafficking thing, I just feel like they should be more upfront about like, hey, Brock made a mistake. Whatever. It was weird, whatever. We're not going to make sure we don't have that sort of thing happen again. Triple H ain't doing that shit. No, hopefully not. Nick Khan's not doing that shit. It's a different era. We're not going to, whatever was going on with Vince and Brock ain't going to happen here. He's strictly a performer. They just got to be more upfront about it. Maybe they have. I don't know. That's what I have.
But like maybe they have behind the scenes.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they have. I hope they have.
What's it to me, you, and the guy? Like it's like okay, like it is what it is.
I would like them to be just more public about it. Yes, it's more important for them to address it internally. I would like for them to quell their own image, honestly, because there's a lot of bad faith towards WWE right now that's overshadowing some of the good stuff they're doing on the show. This is the top topic for today. Maybe next week it won't. But like, yeah, it's more about the company than Brock. I mean,
yeah, but like if they said everything you said, all of a sudden everyone's just gonna be fine. Like, no, people would still be pissed.
No, I agree with that, but it's better than not doing it. I agree. Would people still be upset? Of course, the world's always upset about something, bro. You could fucking have a toenail that's not cut and people would complain. I agree, but I just feel like those people are not worth the time. I'm just saying, for me personally, I would just like more transparency as to what's going on here exactly, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, all right, he's back, and maybe, I don't know, I'm not saying he has to apologize. I mean, he didn't really, whatever. I don't know. There's got to be, I would just like more details. And maybe we'll find out by next week. Maybe we'll find out.
I mean, I would like it too, but I just feel like you're not getting it. So
we don't know. We don't know. No, right now we're not getting it, but maybe we will. Probably not, though.
Maybe Brock will say he doesn't give a shit about your feelings.
That's fine, though. Just say that.
Give him like, I don't give a shit about your kids line.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I don't even care if you say that you don't care. Triple H doesn't say that he doesn't care. He's like, oh, yeah, like it's whatever. Just, he's thinking that, and they're saying that behind closed doors. Just be honest. I mean, they're not going to say that because it would make him look like an idiot. But he's also the same guy that said, oh, I didn't read the lawsuit. Come on, bro. You definitely read the fucking lawsuit. Like, that was a whole other issue, too.
Hey, just maybe we got like Brock Lesnar, like McGregor, like I want to apologize to absolutely nobody. We got like a pipe bomb.
Just say everything that you just said. He should be like, hey, whatever. They should just say that on the show and be like, or Triple H, not on the show, obviously. Don't bring this to Raw, but say this in a press release. He's cleared. We investigated it thoroughly. They didn't even say that. Like, well, they probably did, but just say that. Just be like, we investigated it. We found no wrongdoing. Brock's been a good, I'd say whatever, not on the naughty list or something. I don't know, whatever. Just figure it out and just be like, yeah, we're going to monitor
Brock is no longer in the naughty box.
Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So I don't know. Hopefully the situation improves. I don't want to, it's just weird because they want to be excited that he's back. I want to be doing the bang, whatever. I want to be happy about it. Yeah, exactly. Triple H not reading the lawsuit about his father-in-law. Give me a break. No, I agree with that. I see all the comments from earlier. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Yoey Spingucci. I saw Billy. Did we talk about Karrion Kross? We did. We talked about it a lot earlier. I'll put up the clip here on the channel at some point. But yeah, that's the show, Mr. Marceau. I got to go in here in a couple minutes. So we'll talk about the PLE thing next week. I'll have more to discuss on that next week because that's a whole other conversation. I know that just came up yesterday, but a lot of stuff to talk about today. So, I mean, we got to push some stuff to next week. But, brother, any parting words before we ride off into the sunset here?
Nothing. I mean, yeah. No, like I said, the ESPN stuff's huge, and we'll talk about it next week.
We'll talk about it next week. That's a cliffhanger for next week's episode. New episodes every Thursday on WrestleRant.com, WrestleRant Radio, all major podcast platforms. Shout out to Alexis, Miss Mon Matthews, Dylan Giacomo, Mrs. Renee, DJ Swerve 1, Daniel Malcolm, John Ritland, Richie, and Average Grunt. More information on WrestleRant All Access past channel members down below. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel on the way out here. And be sure to tune in on next Tuesday for #AskGSM. Next Thursday with myself and Mr. Marceau for more conversation here on WrestleRant Radio, talking the WWE ESPN deal and so much more. And yes, Tyreek, we do acknowledge you. I see you in the chat. You need to answer the Love Ziggler question. I know you're not going to. Maybe he's also involved in the lawsuit, and that's why he's not answering any questions. Who really knows the answers to these things? Who the hell knows? But anyway, guys, for Mr. Marceau, I'm Graham GSM Matthews. Have an awesome one, and we'll catch your ass down the road. Peace.
Join Graham GSM Matthews and RJ Marceau every Thursday as they run down their weekly wrestling rants, offer expert analysis, host exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe today on all your favorite podcast platforms and never miss an episode of WrestleRant Radio.